Sup dudes, been a minute since I've been on here, but welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at another Black series that I got just out of nowhere. Uh Thanks to my brother because we both collect this stuff, but he's got a crap ton more Black series figures than I do, which is kind of impressive. But he did manage to get me this guy, and this guy is the Stormtrooper commander from The Force Unleashed. If you haven't played The Force Unleashed, I can't tell you much about it because when I was little, I couldn't get past like the third level. I always needed my brother's help to play games. But I don't really remember seeing these guys. I think there was like a blue Stormtrooper at the very beginning when you play as Darth Vader, but other than that, I don't really know what others like uh scenes this guy's in because I don't really remember the Force Unleashed that well. But I think these are like the 501st Stormtroopers for Darth Vader or something like that. I'm not sure. I can't quote you anything on this at all. I just thought the design was pretty cool. Um but yeah, I really do like this figure. Like already, like he looks amazing. Like this guy looks so good, and I really do like this figure, just right off the bat. Some stuff right there. The Star Wars Force Unleashed follows Darth Vader's secret apprentice trained to hunt down and destroy Jedi, while the Stormtrooper commander leads the Imperial troops into battle. So these are just standard commanders, but I really do like the box. I think just like the blue is very cool. Like you always get like the red. Um, Darth Revan's was purple, and I think that's pretty much all I have. I think I have the red and the one purple, but this one's a nice one because I like the blue. I really like blue. Blue is like my favorite color, so it's a very nice color. I really do like it. You get right here on the side, you get like the Stormtrooper Commander there. You get his cool face there, the Force Unleashed right there, Clone Trooper Commander, little gaming thing. I think that means it's from the game. Um, You got like a nice little blue strip here. Got the cool cover in the back, but that's pretty much about it for the box, and I really do think this is a very nice box. So let us gently cut the... Okay, there's only one thing of tape, which is pretty cool. I believe they got this at GameStop, and I have seen this at GameStop for a bit. It's been a minute since I've been in GameStop, but I have seen this guy at GameStop a couple times, along with some other figures as well, but if you want to get your hands on this guy, GameStop is where he will be at. We just yeet this boy out of the packaging. I'm trying. There we go. Now you got his E11 popping out right there. And there we go. Pop all that away. Let's just get this figure nice and set up. So, in person, this figure is a nice figure, but I want to talk about something very quickly that I noticed that's a big problem with the figure. So, if you could kind of see with like other troopers, I mean, they kind of have like, oh, not even him has it. Usually they have like rubber hands instead of kind of like these plastic hands, which I'm not used to. I thought, uh, so that is my fault, but I did not know they made like full on plastic hands with these figures. I did not know that. Um, but they got plastic fingers. They're not really rubber like usual ones that we see with other figures. So, that being said, I didn't know that, and I was getting his weapon in, but I noticed it was very stiff. And if you could see that, I believe I snapped his fingers, which kind of sucks. But I did not know that. Um, yeah, that really sucks though. Yeah. his I really don't know what else to say about that, but I thought it was kind of like a flaw, but then I kind of noticed that he had it too, so I was like, okay, so it is standard with stormtroopers apparently. I didn't know that. But putting his weapon on it was very easy. It's very easy to put his weapon on. I don't need to move his fingers, which is why I didn't really notice that until now. This weapon was super hard to get onto his hand because the hole wasn't really big enough, so I had to improvise a bit, which the hand was this closed. If you could see that, it was that closed. There's no way you can fit the blaster or this sniper in there when it's like that closed and it's this gun. If you understand what I'm saying, you can't really fit this when his hand is only that big and you can't go any further because it's plastic. I think that is a poor design choice, to be honest. And it sucks that his fingers are now broken, but at least he can hold the sniper now. Anyways, the figure does feel very nice. I really do like the figure. He feels very stiff on some places, especially the hands. The hands, I just do not like the hands in general. It probably was my fault. Even his waist feels very stiff. It is a ratchet joint, so that's pretty good. But the figure does feel nice. Like, he does not feel like he will break unless you snap his fingers in half. But he does feel very nice. I really do like the look about him. Like, his looks very, in a way, menacing, but also like super like badass, you know. The figure does have some posability flaws with him, as I'm kind of noticing. Unless it's very stiff, but this is not rubber like the other one. This feels like a hard plastic, and it might just be my figure, but that feels like a hard plastic, unlike the newer Stormtroopers where it's more rubbery and it's more of a space in between them. I think they should have just went for a rubber piece with these shoulder pieces, and that makes the arm go out like this. And with this one, it doesn't really do that. His arm can only go out that far, really. His head does feel very nice, though. I really do like his head posability. His arms are eh. His elbows seem a little loose, but I guess that's fine. Or not fine. He's also got a double joint at the elbow, which is always kind of nice. He's got a nice little movement here. He's got some, I'm doing it with the other hand. He's got some movement around his arm, and his hand can go up and down. Stupid that these are more plastic than rubber, which is why they break so much. I don't know. It's a very nice figure. I just don't like these plastic hands. I mean, I probably might be the only one who probably has noticed this and has problems, but there was no way I was fitting this into there. I guarantee you there would have been no way I would have done that without moving his hand, because that was locked on very tight, and I did not like that. He does have, as mentioned, a nice little ratchet joint here. You can pretty much have a nice little crunch there. His legs can spread up to that far, which is not bad. His foot can go back that far and forward that far. He's got a double bend at the knee, which is pretty nice. His foot can go up and down, which is pretty tight, and a nice little pivot at the foot there. So for posability, it's not bad. I think the arms are just very limited. And I think just like most of the problems are with the arms, but the rest of it feels very nice. I really do like it a whole lot. So we're going to take a look at the accessories real quick. Let's take a look at this thing, which honestly was like my favorite weapon in like Battlefront 2, like the very old Battlefront. This was probably like the go-to weapon I would always pick when I was doing like playing a match. And the way it is painted looks very nice. I like the way it just looks. It looks so good. Nicely painted with like this gunmetal and like all this dry brushing effect on it. makes it look very nice. The sculpting is very nice um, on the sniper. I like all the little detailings here, which looks very nice too. Very much like this. I really do appreciate the time that it was put into that. Yeah, I had a stroke doing that. But he's also got a E11, as most stormtroopers do, and to compare that with like the Mandalorian Revenant Trooper, that definitely does have some more detailing than the Remnant Trooper. So as you can see, there's a little bit more painting on this one with like the ammo pack, and this is seems like a better sculpt than all. Like, just to be honest, like if you're looking at this, you can see that they're both pretty new molds. I think that's the newest one, and I think it's kind of specific for the Remnant Trooper because there is like a little light here, and there's not really a light with the other one. But if you're kind of looking at it, there are some like detailings that are missing from both of them. So we're gonna flip it on the other side where the ammo pack is. And also the Remnant Trooper pack ammo pack is a lot longer than the regular E11. I have no idea how to really hold this, but I guess that's good. So there are some differences to both of them. I think both of them are completely different sculpts. I think just this one with like the little silver paint right there just makes the E11 pop out a lot more, and does make it look better. I do kind of like the extended mag on the Remnant Troopers weapon. But yeah, I really do like it. It is a very nice weapon indeed, and putting it on his hand is going to be a pain. And even here, you see that the hand needs to move for the weapon. Like, it doesn't really clamp down all the way. Unlike this one's very nicely made for his weapon to just slide right in like that and not really have it move. It is made very nicely for this figure. This one doesn't seem like it because the fingers move, and let's kind of test it on the other hand. But if you can see, the fingers on the other hand are even more caved in than the ones on the right, so you can't really fit the weapon in there that much. And I'm not going to struggle with it because I don't want to snap his fingers off again. I just think this should have just been rubber, like all the other hands that I've really held with. Now I'm just kind of curious on how many figures don't have rubber hands. I know some of them do, but some of them probably don't. But if it's not going to have rubber hands and it's plastic hands, like the Remnant Trooper, at least have the weapons like go into the hands nice and smoothly like the Remnant Troopers. Because, I mean, I could have probably fit this one in if I was careful, like I am with the Remnant one. But if it's like a gun like this, where it can't really... I don't know. It's just kind of like a bother to me, to be honest. But anyways, let's just not complain about that. The sculpting on the figure, much as I don't really like the hands, I don't think it's... Okay, one more thing. I don't think it's really the hands' fault. I mean, it works. It definitely works. He has it, so that means it works pretty well. But it's pretty much like this hand where you can't really fit that in. It's just kind of made for a specific weapon, you know? Because this one, you have to really plug into like that. This is what I tried to do, which is what I do with all my figures. Like, you don't really put it in like this, right? You don't really do that. You put it in from the side, and the side like that, and then twist it to fit into the hand. That's what I try to do. That's what I always been doing. It's what I always do. And the fingers just snapped. And I was like, really? I don't know. It just seems like a weird design choice in my opinion. The E11 maybe could have fit, I guess, but I don't think this thing would have. But anyways, let's just not complain about it too much. It sucks, but I might just like kind of put some dabs of like super glue on it to make it stay. Um, but I don't know. Whatever. I don't know what else to really tell you. Um, but other than that, even like when you put the gun on, it still wants to go that way, and it goes that way pretty far because the gun needs to be held in a certain way that the hand's not really sculpted or made to. I don't know, dudes. I don't know. I'm probably just blabbering. I'm probably just blabbing a lot. But anyways, let's look at the sculpting of this figure. Let's bring this light because I kind of like that light a little bit better than the more bluish light. But anyways, the sculpting on the figure looks fantastic. I love just the detailing on the figure. I did notice on the packaging, let me grab that out, that there is like a giant crack on the right side of his head, which is like kind of like right there. And he doesn't really have that, which in a way kind of sucks because it would have been kind of cool to get like a unique sculpted helmet um that has like a giant crack in him. But I think that's still pretty cool. I really do like the kind of dust and withering all over his head, especially back here and up the front too. The paint job is just pretty awesome. I really do like the paint job. Uh, there's like no complaints with really the paint. I really do like the paint so much. It's probably like my favorite paint job on a like trooper or stormtrooper that I've had before. Um, that's not really saying much because I don't really have a big selection of troopers. Um, but this guy just like looks awesome. Um, there's a very awesome feature that I love with this figure, and that is like the holster for the E11, and that's just amazing. I love weapon storage like this. There you can just slide that in, and you can have the other weapon carefully put into like the other hand, so that way you can kind of like display him somewhat like this or something, and you don't have to be like, where's his other weapon? Because I know he came with another one. Uh, kind of like the Commander Cody, because the Commander Cody has his own blaster as well, along with a bigger kind of heavy rifle. But I have to put his blaster kind of near his feet, so I don't like misplace it uh, when I'm trying to display him. So this storage is just amazing that I can do that. I just think that's amazing with this figure. Um, I absolutely really do love this figure just from holding him and just kind of looking at him a little bit more during this. I think it's just amazing. I am really not happy with this. And I'm not saying it probably was my fault. And I mean, if none of my like little observations on it are true and you probably could fit this in there without it snapping, which you probably can with other models. Mine just felt like this hand, the grip just didn't really want to fit. I had to move the hand out of the way, but I couldn't really do that because of how you know thin it was, cuz I don't know. I don't want to keep explaining, but I don't know. I just think it sucks. I think the arms are very limited to posing, but I'm sure you can get some pretty dope poses out of this figure. Um, but I'm not saying it's a bad figure because of that. I mean, he has some flaws. All figures do. He just has a little more than I would have liked. But other than that, this figure looks awesome. Just on his own without his weapons, he looks freaking dope. I really do like this figure a heck of a lot. Um, he's just a really nice figure. And to kind of have him side by side with like the Remnant Trooper, which I kind of want them to have the same pose. So I'm going to do that real quick because I want to see them both together. Okay, here's what I'm talking about right here. So putting this in, you can kind of do that. But usually you can have it where the whole hand, like the Remnant Trooper, can be placed over the entire gun like this to make it a little bit more natural. You know, have it over his hand, you know? He can't really do that. He has to kind of pinch it with his fingers just a tiny bit because the rest of his hand won't go because his fingers are very, very curved. Just thought I'd point that out. But these two side by side does look very awesome. Um, I do really like his sculpting a lot more. It makes it look just it makes it seem a little more menacing to me. He definitely does look like a commander. Um, to be honest, I really do like the sculpting on the Stormtrooper commander more than the Remnant Trooper. Uh, I mean, look at it. Look how like menacing the or not the Remnant, the Stormtrooper commander looks. Like I think that just looks very dope. But other than that, other with the little flaws and the kind of big flaws that I've been complaining about, I do think this figure looks so good. It's a pretty like 9 out of 10 pretty much. I think if the hands it might be like an 8.5. It would have been a huge 10. Like it would have been an awesome figure if it wasn't for the limited arms and the I don't know, just the arms seem like it's holding it back pretty much. But other than that, the figure does look very nice. I think this would probably is a top 5 figure for me. I really do like it. Um it probably is top 5. I really do like the figure. Just the arms and the hands just seem like it's, you know, eh. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully the minis will be in soon because I still am awaiting the Doom Eternal minis, and I can't wait for that. Also, Ancient Gods Part 2 is so looking good. Um, just be sure that because the trailer is coming out, the teaser is coming out the 15th, and I cannot wait for that. I've already seen some stuff on it, and I am super excited to see some of these new demons that they're adding to Doom Eternal for Ancient Gods Part 1. So, hopefully the minis will be in to kind of celebrate the coming of the Ancient Gods Part 2. Um, but anyways, other than that, there's not too much. The Godzilla reviews are slow because they still have not released the Warbat in my Walmart. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have too much, just the 2 minis coming out that are for sure going to be reviewed. And that's pretty much it. I don't have any other figures to review. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one for whatever review it might be. So I'll see you guys next time.